Did you know that breast cancer rates are alarmingly rising among women in their 20s, 30s, and 40s? This isn't just a random fear, but a fact backed by a recent study published in the Canadian Association of Radiologists journal. The study reveals that, increasingly, younger women are falling prey to this potentially life-threatening disease. The lead author of the study, Dr. Jean Seeley, who is also the head of breast imaging at the Ottawa Hospital and professor in the Department of Radiology at the University of Ottawa, voices her concern. She explains, breast cancer in younger women tends to be diagnosed at later stages and is often more aggressive. It's alarming to see rising rates among women in their 20s and 30s because they are not regularly screened for breast cancer. The data from the study tells a compelling story. For the past 35 years, there has been a staggering 45.5% increase in breast cancer cases among women in their 20s. Women in their 30s have seen a 12.5% increase, and women in their 40s, a 9.1% increase. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent real women with real lives facing a real and often daunting challenge. So why is this happening, and what can we do about it? The exact causes of this rise are still not entirely understood, and further research is needed. But one thing is clear, as underlined by Dr. Seeley and her team, younger women need to have access to regular breast cancer screening. So why is this happening, and what can we do about it? It's a question that needs immediate attention and action, because when it comes to breast cancer, early detection can make all the difference. Opening. To get to the bottom of this, we need to understand the issue in depth. Breast cancer is an insidious disease that is increasingly affecting younger women. But why? Medical professionals point to several factors. One glaring issue is the lack of regular screening for women in their 20s and 30s. Despite the rising rates, these women aren't regularly screened for breast cancer. This leads to late diagnoses, often when the cancer is more aggressive and harder to treat. Dr. Jean Seeley, head of breast imaging at the Ottawa Hospital, highlights this alarming trend. She says, breast cancer in younger women tends to be diagnosed at later stages and is often more aggressive. It's alarming to see rising rates among women in their 20s and 30s because they are not regularly screened for breast cancer. So what's causing this rise in younger women? The answer is complex. It involves a mix of genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors. And while research is ongoing to pinpoint the exact causes, what's clear is that early detection is crucial. Current screening guidelines, however, are not in favor of younger women. In many places, screening starts at age 50 or 40, but with the increasing incidence in younger women, these guidelines may need to be revisited. Survivor Chelsea Bland, who was diagnosed at 28, emphasizes this point. In my support group, she says, I have heard the same story over and over again. Young women are not being taken seriously after they find a lump because they are told they are too young for breast cancer. This has ultimately led to delays in being diagnosed and being diagnosed at a more advanced stage. Closing. As we delve deeper, the need for early detection and regular screening becomes evident. This narrative underscores the urgency of adapting our strategies and policies to reflect these changing trends. It's time to ensure that all women, regardless of age, have access to the information and resources they need to detect and combat this disease. You may ask, is this really happening? Let's hear it from those who've lived it. Take Chelsea Bland, for example. She was just 28 when a routine self-exam led her to discover a lump in her breast. She took action, sought treatment, and now she's using her experience to help others. Chelsea organized a support group for women aged between 28 and 40 who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. She said, I hope that by bringing awareness to this study, it makes people think twice about saying that being in your 20s, 30s, and 40s is too young to have breast cancer. Chelsea's story is not unique. In her support group, she's heard the same narrative time and time again. Young women finding lumps, not being taken seriously because of their age, and then being diagnosed at a more advanced stage. These are women without any high-risk genetic markers for breast cancer, proving that this disease does not discriminate by age. Each one of these women has a story to tell, a story of courage, resilience, and survival. They are warriors in their own right, battling a disease that many people thought they were too young to face. Their journeys are not easy. They are fraught with fear, uncertainty, and countless challenges. But they also bring hope. Hope that with early detection, proper treatment, and a resilient spirit, survival is possible. These women are living proof that breast cancer can affect anyone regardless of age. They are a testament to the fact that regular screenings and early detection are crucial. They are reminders that we need to listen to our bodies, take our health seriously, and advocate for ourselves when necessary. In their stories, we find inspiration. Inspiration to take charge of our health, to be vigilant, and to never underestimate the power of early detection. These stories underscore the fact that no one is too young for breast cancer. Where do we go from here? What changes do we need to make? The answer lies in awareness and adaptation. It's not enough to simply acknowledge that breast cancer rates are on the rise among younger women. We need to actively raise awareness among healthcare professionals and the general public. This is a pivotal step towards creating a healthier future for women of all ages. However, awareness is just the first step. We need to adapt our strategies and policies to reflect these changing trends. This means revisiting our current breast cancer screening guidelines. We need to consider the possibility that these guidelines may no longer be adequate to protect women, especially those in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. Let's take a moment to consider the current screening guidelines. Many places start routine mammograms at the age of 50. But what if we're missing a critical opportunity to detect and treat breast cancer in younger women? What if we could save lives by simply lowering the age for routine screenings? The call for change doesn't stop at the healthcare system. It extends to every single one of us. We need to foster a culture where women are encouraged to be proactive about their health, where self-exams are as routine as brushing your teeth, where finding a lump isn't met with dismissive phrases like, "You're too young for breast cancer," but with immediate medical attention. This isn't about creating a culture of fear. It's about empowering women with the knowledge and resources they need to take control of their health. It's about ensuring that no woman, regardless of her age, is left behind in the fight against breast cancer. So, where do we go from here? The journey may be long and the path may be uncertain, but one thing is clear. The need for change is urgent. We need to rethink our approach to breast cancer, starting with how we screen for this disease. We need to ensure that all women, regardless of age, have access to the information and resources they need to detect and combat this disease. Early detection and regular screening can make all the difference. Imagine trying to solve a puzzle, but you can't see the whole picture. That's what it's like trying to combat breast cancer without the aid of early detection and regular screening. These tools are our eyes in this fight, allowing us to see the full picture and act accordingly. Breast cancer, especially when diagnosed at later stages, can be a formidable foe. It tends to be more aggressive in younger women, and this is why it's even more crucial to catch it early. Early detection means we can start treatment sooner, and that can dramatically improve the chances of a successful outcome. Now let's talk about regular screening. It's not a one-off event, but a routine that needs to be adopted. Regular screening can help detect breast cancer even before any symptoms appear, giving us a head start in this battle. And in the fight against cancer, time is of the essence. The earlier we find it, the better our chances of beating it. However, the reality is that many younger women do not have access to regular breast cancer screening. This needs to change. We need to ensure that all women, regardless of their age, have access to this life-saving tool. It's not just about making screenings more accessible, but also about raising awareness about the importance of early detection and regular screening. The power of early detection and regular screening cannot be overstated. They are the cornerstones of effective breast cancer treatment and have the potential to turn the tide in this fight. But for this to happen, we need to ensure that all women, especially those in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, have access to these tools. Remember, early detection saves lives. It's time to take action and change the alarming trend we're seeing in breast cancer rates among younger women.